Yeah, we actually have an obligation under the Constitution of Virginia, and I do, to deliver a balanced budget to the county board. So the revenue we're anticipating has to equal the expenses that we're putting on the table. Now, that could mean, in some years, this meant, well, the board has said, we don't like some of these cuts that you've proposed, and we may need to increase the tax rate. And the tax bill is determined by the tax rate times the assessed value on properties. But I always have an obligation in $1.5 billion budget to come in with cuts or changes that try to address this gap. But a lot of the spending we do every year is fixed. In other words, the bulk of our budget go to salaries for our staff that provide fantastic services. Other kinds of costs, including debt service and the costs of contractual services, are also fairly fixed. So we don't actually have a lot of flexibility in trying to figure out how to solve those issues. So typically what will happen is we'll look at a budget and we'll say, okay, there are some positions that are vacant. Do we need to fill them? Or we'll look at some programs and say, you know what, that program is doing a really good job. Problem solved. We don't need to do it anymore. And there are always, believe me, always suggestions from people about new ways that we can spend money.